Oh no, look at all this mess. If only there was a way for me to clear it off here. Beep, 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 beep. Beep, 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 beep. That actually worked surprisingly well. I'm quite impressed with that. Hi everybody. So, today we're going to review M.A.R.S converters, whatever M.A.R.S stands for, Earthmover. And there's a good reason why it's called Earthmover. Mover. It's because it's a bulldozer thing with these weird little hook things on the back. I don't know what they're for. I'm not a agriculturalist person. Little hooky things. Maybe they're for ploughing or something. I don't know. They're there, okay? But it's this thing. It's a weird, would you say futuristic? I don't know. I don't know how you'd sit in that cab, because would you have to sit there and not be able to see through the roof? Or, because I don't know if there's a way to... No, there's not a way to get that cab straight as it should be. It's got to be like that. So I don't know how that works. Unless you're like sitting down here somewhere and you've got all this to see through. I don't know. Alright? I don't know how the cab works. The cab's quite baffling. But here it is. It's got, you know, these quite nice looking treads. It looks like it's got rounded parts like there should be wheels, but there aren't wheels. Yeah, it looks quite nice. You know, all these details. It's got these little arms that do move. The scoop itself, or bulldozer blade or whatever, is on 2 ball joints here. These ball joints were insanely loose. I've had to coat them in super glue. Okay? Like, you touch them, they popped straight off. So I've had to do that. But it works. It does the thing. Got to stop that little panel opening. It's quite loose, this panel. Size comparison. 86 blur. So it's actually quite big. This is what, leader class? Something ridiculous like this. I remember many moons ago I bought some shopping from M.A.R.S. You know, like orders online. And while I was messing around, I noticed that they sold these guys, and it was like random which one you got. I think they're like half price, £20 to £10, something like that. So I went, throw one in, we'll see what happened. And this is the one I got. And I wasn't very impressed with him. As I said, this bulldozer kept popping off. But now I've kind of fixed that on one other slight issue. Let's see if he's actually any good. So we should probably transform it. Yeah, okay. Transformation's not very difficult. It's actually quite interesting. But it's something that's a little fiddly and you can mess it up quite easily. So, what we do is we're going to get this blade up and out of the way. We're then going to get the tracks, and they are on a ball joint here, which I've oiled because it was insanely tight. And I'm going to rotate this around, so it'll go past there. And then we're going to lift up this panel just enough so that we can rotate from this ball joint to this hinge here. And we might have to open up this panel while we do it. And rotate, and might have to straighten up at this joint a little bit as well. Get to there, and then drop down this panel at the front, get that nice and flat, and that is pretty much a leg. But the worst part of this whole thing is this. This grey piece, or sort of greyish piece, needs to slide to the front. But it doesn't just slide, it slides at an angle inwards. Yeah, see this gap in there? And it's really finicky, because when you manage to get it moving, you don't have to push it that far and hope it stays, because it can sometimes slide back. That went without any issue, but you know. And this ball joint, as I said, I've already oiled because it was stupidly tight. Let's do the other side. So we're going to rotate this around to, come on, go past to about there. Lift this panel up a little bit. lift this panel a little bit, rotate this through on the hinge here, straighten this joint here up a little bit, get it there, get this piece and that piece, flatten them out to be feet, and then fight with this side, wriggle this grey piece until it comes unnotched, and then, see what I mean, you got to try and slide it inwards, and that seems like it's locked into place. This one might have done as well. Okay, so we'll get to about here, and we'll bring the camera up a little bit, and there it's done. What do you think? Well, you know what? We're not actually far off. Okay, we're going to rotate down these little claws. We're going to, it's quite a nice bulldozer blade, isn't it, to be fair, quite nicely detailed. Separate this, push these pieces, slide back in to there, rotate it straight, bring it out a little bit, and flip out a hand. And that, boys and girls, there's a little hinge here, but that's quite tight. And considering this ball joint was really loose, you wiggled that, it popped off. But whatever, we'll get to there. So again, we'll stay there, slide that in, rotate it out, and flip out the hand. Okay, so this foot. So we have him standing. Okay. Oh, I need to bring the camera out a little bit because this thing's bigger than I thought it was going to be. There we go. Might as well rotate out these. He's actually got little built-in guns over the shoulder. Quite a nice touch. And for the dramatic head reveal, if you haven't noticed this thing's wiggly, you slide this all the way up and spring-loaded head action. Are we ready for this? And it's basically the same generic head a lot of the M.A.R.S converters guys have. But who cares? And there he is. These swivels are really loose. I could probably do with tightening them slightly, but I only dug this thing out yesterday, so, you know, I'm not going to panic too much about it. But he's, you know what? He's actually kind of alright. He's kind of stupid, but he's also kind of cool. He's like a giant oversized GoBot. You know, the things popped up, it's showing a little bit more engine detail and stuff that's in there. Might be nice if it was painted, but whatever. Yeah, he's an interesting one. I'm not sure he's quite Goldie Dragon or the Dinosaur or any other of these things I've reviewed, if I have reviewed them before. But there is Speedier Blur for a size comparison, so yeah, he's a big one. I don't think he's quite Magmatron size, but we can find that out very quickly because I've still got Polar Prime's Ultra Megatronus, and yeah, actually, no, he's probably about Magmatron size. Yeah, this thing's quite big. For a tenner, I mean, I guess. So yeah, it's weird, it's silly, it's stupid, and I know people like the M.A.R.S converter stuff. I don't know why you do, but you do. So I might have to try and find some invest. The missus wants to go to Matalan soon. That's where I got Goldie Dragon from, so I might see if they've still got him. Years ago I got him, but you never know. Or the Entertainer tends to have them, but I don't think they're cheap. Whatever, I'm waffling. This is M.A.R.S converters, or M.A.R.S converters, I don't know what it's abbreviated for. Earthmover. And he's very silly, he's very stupid. You will have to super glue these ball joints. Coat the ball joint, pop them off, cover the ball joint, let it dry, pop it back on. Done. I've oiled that. Other than that, yeah. I couldn't see it being some kid's favourite toy, but... Come on, come on. These panels might need a bit of what's called floor polishing as well for the feet, because it's just completely giving up the ghost. Whatever, it's fine. It's alright, it's a laugh. I'm going to go before he decides to try and commit suicide again. So, am I allowed to say that? I'm not monetized anyway. Oh well. I should be ugly, I should be wretched. I shall see all of you in the next one. Bye bye now.